Run, and so too King of Sparta. Scolopini and King of Sparta go together with 100 to go. King of Sparta up to Scolopini. King of Sparta just in front. Scolopini's coming back, but King of Sparta will just win it. King of Sparta beats Scolopini. A photo third.
Welcome, listeners, to the review show where we'll look back on the last 7 days of racing from Sunday the 17th to Saturday the 23rd of July and dive a little bit deeper into Saturday's meeting. We'll kick things off with Wednesday, the 20th of the 7th, Sandown, race 4, Flying Agent. Look for this horse over the jumps because he's ticking over nicely and looks ready for the jumps upcoming. Sat last on the inside and last on the corner and find a way to finish 5th. Was grinding away very nicely. Had the same splits as the winner, so pretty keen to follow Flying Agent over the sticks. We'll move over to Thursday, 21st of the 7th, Cranbourne, race 1, Sassy Anna. Ben Mallam rode the winner, was just elite performance. Kept the second horse in Sassy Anna in a pocket as long as he could. Once Sassy Anna straightened, saw some air, hit the line well, looked well through the line and looks like it wants 1,200 metres. That race did go 0.57 seconds quicker than the benchmark 64 race later that day. Good signs. Should be breaking its maiden next start. That's Sassy Anna. We'll move over to yesterday's races at Caulfield. Rails out 6 metres. Started the day a soft 5 and ended up a soft 7. From my eye, the track looks very worn for winter racing. So there's a bit of a concern when I noticed before race 1, there was a lot of holes considering there's no training on the course. Wonder what's going on with that track. Rail wasn't the place to be, or was it? The jockeys thought the middle was the best part of the track. Most winners came down the middle, but the last winner was near the inside and won really well. So hard to get a gauge, but definitely working off horses that were middle of the track. First one I want to preview is race 2, 2-year-olds over 1,400 metres. We previewed this race on the podcast. Matty gave a nice little deep dive here. So what we didn't expect was Sir Torabel leading. One thing to note, punters Michael Walker on a leader is toxic in my opinion. He just goes super slow and he can never get the pace right and when to pull the trigger. So just keep an eye on him on front runners. But back to the race. When this was happening, Boogie Dance was never going to get beat with JK on the board. She was smoking the pipe, went outside the leader, and they were just going that ridiculous tempo in the middle stages of the race. The one I want to follow, and no surprise, and I did predict this on Thursday, was Berkeley Square. Slow gate speed from barrier 1, was last and had nowhere to go. Had to wait and wait for a gap to appear. When it did appear, hit the line nicely. Through the line, I don't know because racing.com stopped the coverage when they crossed the line. So .com, if you're listening, please show the vision through the line so we can get a gauge on the horse. But Berkeley Square is ticking over nicely, and I reckon he might be a good chance for a Vic Derby if he keeps progressing nicely. Yeah, something to note there also, punters, barrier 1, it can be a good barrier, but it can most likely be a bad barrier. As we saw, a lot of horses from Saturday, barrier 1 wasn't the place to be. They were stuck in a coffin. So when doing speed maps, be aware what leads and not. So if barrier 1's going to be good or not. Listeners, make sure you subscribe to our podcast, whatever platform you listen through. You can get the podcast as they drop. And if you're watching by YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Be muchly appreciated. Move over to race 4 here, the 3-year-olds over 2,400 metre race. On paper, looked a horrible race, but it definitely lived up to being a good race. What a win Sing the Peace was. Cruising at the 600, then placed under pressure and looked gone. And gaps closed while going backwards. But Willow, to his credit, never gave up on this horse. It was a good thing to watch on the replay. Outstanding by Willow. Duke of Hastings was a sick Watch barrier 1 cost at the race. Bad Boy Bobby and Kisungi Bell setting a fast tempo. They were always going to come back into his lap, forced the gap and got penalised for it. Once he forced the gap, then the other horses blocked him in again and rolled in. Did well considering, but if you're on, it was a sick beat. No fault of the jockey. That is barrier 1 for you on a day that you had to be down the middle of the track, it looked like. So definitely want to be following a Duke of Hastings. Race 6, 3-year-olds over 1,200 metres. 2 horses I want to follow out of this race. The first one is called, if they can find a soft track here for this horse, I'm interested in following. Barrier 2, jockey Alana Kelly had no choice to sit on the rail and was there for the whole race. And as we know, it may have been the place not to be. Did really well to finish 4th and only go down by 0.6. Found it interesting with Pacero, was unlucky and looked a good chance if the gap didn't close. But once it did close, Craig Newitt had to readjust and he never really tried after that. Stewards questioned him and he said that the horse didn't want to try once the gap closed. Now, I'm not saying it was a dodgy ride or anything like that, but to my eye, I thought Craig Newitt sat up on it and just looked after the horse. Watch the replay, make your own opinion, but it's my opinion that I reckon he sat up on it and just looked after the horse. Nothing wrong with looking after the horse. But happy to follow Pacero at 1,400 now and called on a soft track. As I've said most weeks on our podcast, guys, I have a WhatsApp channel that is free and you can get my thoughts on all Victorian races and from maidens to metro races. Yesterday, we had a small win from our 2 bets that we placed. So the month of July is looking good, the community, and we're looking to finish off strong. Best part about the WhatsApp, that you can ask any questions and I'll answer them straight away. And you can post your best bets and plays, whatever for the day is. So you can share them with the community. Yesterday, one of the lads posted a 2-leg athletics multi and lobbed. So we're going far and wide for our bets with the community. So if you want to get involved, DM me. It's all free. Move over to the main race here, race 8, 1,200 metres, Group 3 Bretonly Stakes. Previewed this on the podcast and I feel a little sick as I gave Scalapini a good push, only to go down by 0.2. Have to give Jai McNeil a huge mention here. Winner King of Sparta had barrier 1 and won the race in the first 50 metres. Slowly stepped away and he got straight off the rail and got straight onto Scalapini's back. Yes, had a touch of luck with Sartorial Splendor running wide around the corner, but geez, it was a ding-dong battle down the straight between these two. Ollie lost the whip at the 50-metre mark, and I thought Scalapini was coming back, so Ollie had to go back to hands and heels for the remaining. One thing I was surprised at was there was no protest or even Ollie looking at the video, considering King of Sparta and Scalapini were in lanes 7 and 8 on the top of the straight and ended up in lanes 2 and 3. They didn't touch, but King of Sparta was rolling in and was forcing Scalapini to roll in as well. One thing I got right. Oh, sorry. But yeah, I'm surprised I just didn't look at the video. I just might have thought there was a bit of ground to work off for Ollie. But yeah, if he didn't drop the whip, he might have come back and won, I think. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. It was a great race for a subpar Group 3. Yeah, one thing I did get right about this when previewing is I didn't want to be with a horse in the Monash, from the Monash Stakes. They just went horrible. They were beaten long ways and yeah, they just went no good. So yeah, got to give yourself a little tick there. Just didn't find the winner. One horse I want to mention here, Streets of Avalon. Yes, beaten 5.5 lengths, but hearing the trainer on the radio Saturday morning, he was saying the horse was coming off an issue in Queensland. Took a little bit longer than normal, then missed some work and could only get one jump out into it. So clearly wasn't anywhere near his top. I want to see this horse third up on a good track if I want to start getting involved. Probably double figures as well. I am interested to see how it does go second up. Improvement. They'll probably have another jump out between now and the second start, or maybe between second and third start. But yeah, keen to see what Streets of Avalon can produce third up. For the votes for the day, Well, no surprises here. 3 votes goes to Craig Williams. Rode 4 winners, and out of them in winning, rode 4 winners and putting them all in winning positions from the 600 metre mark. This is why you put the best jockeys on. Also, no punters. If you're looking to get a read on a track, just watch Willow in the early races. He tells you the story. He's one of the best, and yeah, you can get a good read off him. 2 votes, John McNeil. As I said, King of Sparta ride, had barrier 1, won the race in the first 50 metres, popping off the rails. So 2 votes, Joe McNeil. And 1 vote goes to Tatum Bull, riding the first winner, our first Saturday Metro winner. Wasn't worried, stayed patient. Yes, forced to the inside where it might have looked the worst of ground, but geez, it pissed in and won well. Well done, Tatum Bull. So overall, we got Willow on 6 votes, McNeil and Carr on 2, and Cartwright and Bull on 1. So yeah, just follow Willow with some confidence, people. He's going very, very well. Well, that's the end of the show, guys. Short, sharp. Yeah, didn't have many through the week just due to the heavy tracks and synthetic tracks. And yeah, just not much to follow out of this time, but it's definitely heating up. We'll be back Thursday with Matty to preview Moonee Valley races and back on Sunday to review it. So thank you all, and I will see you Thursday night.
I'm not a good person, but it just goes to show that good things do happen to bad people. So anyone out there who's up against the wall, fucking stick to it. Every cent you got, your rent, your electricity bill, if you're going to buy your missus a ring, don't fucking do it. Keep punting. Keep fucking punting.